Sagittarius with Chinese zodiac years, a deep personality reading. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are a Sagittarius, this reading is not about 1 month, 1 week, or one passing mood. This is a deeper, evergreen look at your Sagittarius nature and how it changes depending on your Chinese birth year. Sagittarius is the sign of the horizon. You are not here to live with your eyes on the floor. You are here to look farther, ask bigger questions, search for meaning, and follow the road that calls your spirit. Sagittarius is mutable fire. That means your energy moves, expands, learns, travels, teaches, and seeks. You may be direct, funny, restless, honest, optimistic, philosophical, or sometimes almost dangerously convinced that the next door will open if you just believe strongly enough. Your ruling planet, Jupiter, gives you the instinct to grow. You want more life, more truth, more freedom, more understanding, more experience. Even when your daily life is ordinary, your inner world is usually walking towards something larger. But Sagittarius also has a shadow. Faith can become exaggeration. Freedom can become escape. Truth can become bluntness. A big vision can become a promise made before the real plan exists. The mature Sagittarius learns that meaning must be supported by action. A dream needs a map. A belief needs responsibility. A journey needs supplies. And honesty needs kindness, or it becomes only a weapon. This is a symbolic astrology reading for reflection and entertainment. It is not medical, legal, or financial advice. Always use your own judgment and real-world facts for important decisions. This is why Sagittarius must not only ask what is exciting, but also what is true, useful, and worthy of the long road. Your fire is a blessing when it gives people courage, but it becomes unstable when it refuses patience. The Chinese year helps you understand the rhythm of that fire. When to move, when to wait, when to speak, when to listen, and when to turn inspiration into a real decision. Before we go into the Chinese birth years, let us understand why the birth year matters. Your Western zodiac sign shows your solar core. Sagittarius describes your fire, your truth, your need for movement, your philosophy, and the way you look for purpose. But your Chinese zodiac year shows the style of movement. It shows how your Sagittarius fire behaves in real life. Whether it becomes strategy, discipline, courage, diplomacy, mystery, speed, creativity, cleverness, loyalty, or generosity. If you do not know your Chinese zodiac sign, check the guide in the video description. You can find your birth year there, and then come back to the section that matches you. Now let's add the second layer, your Chinese birth year. Sagittarius, born in the year of the rat, is the strategist of the horizon. The Sagittarius part wants distance, truth, travel, learning, and a wider life. The rat adds calculation, memory, survival instinct, and the ability to connect small chances into one useful path. You may look spontaneous, but inside you often notice much more than you say. You can sense where the opportunity is, who has useful information, and which conversation can become a door. Your gift is the ability to turn scattered luck into movement. A message, a trip, a course, a contact, a small project, or a half-open door can become part of a larger route. But your challenge is not to overthink so much that the door closes while you are still checking the lock. Sagittarius needs faith. Rat needs safety. Your life works best when you give both sides a role. Let the rat verify the details, but let Sagittarius take the step. In work, you are strong in education, sales, research, logistics, media, travel, trade, and any field where information becomes direction. In love, you are bright and engaging, but you may open your heart slowly. Your formula is simple. See the chance, connect the details, finish what you start, and move forward without panic. Sagittarius, born in the year of the ox, is the builder of a long road. Sagittarius gives vision, and ox gives endurance. This is not the type of Sagittarius who only wants excitement and then disappears. You may need freedom, but you also need a foundation. You want your beliefs to become something real, a career, a home, a body of work, a degree, a business, a family system, a life that can carry weight. Your strength is patience with a purpose. You can work for years if the goal is meaningful. You can study, practice, save, build, and keep going when other people lose interest. But your shadow is heaviness. Sometimes you hold on to an old plan because it once made sense, even when your spirit already wants a wider road. Sagittarius needs renewal, while Ox needs stability. Your lesson is not to destroy stability, but to update it. In work, long-term projects, management, teaching, production, law, land, finance, and structured international work suit you well. In relationships, loyalty matters deeply, but routine can slowly dim the fire. Your body also needs expression: voice, music, walking, dancing, movement, laughter. Your formula: do not only believe in the far destination, build the road to it every day. Sagittarius, born in the year of the tiger, is the fiery truth-teller. This is one of the boldest Sagittarius combinations. Tiger adds courage, charisma, independence, and a fighting spirit. You are not usually satisfied with small opinions, small rooms, or small rules. When you believe something, you may carry it like a banner. People can feel your confidence, your humor, your intensity, and your refusal to bow to a weak vision. Your gift is leadership through courage. You can inspire people to act, to speak, to travel, to learn, to fight for a better future, or to stop accepting a life that feels too narrow. But the shadow is obvious. Truth can become a blow. You may promise too much when you are excited, spend too much energy proving a point, or react sharply to criticism. Your maturity begins when you realize that being right is not always the same as being wise. In work, you can shine in public roles: teaching, sports, media, activism, entrepreneurship, and creative leadership. In love, you need passion and respect, but your partner is not an audience to be conquered. Your formula: my strength becomes a blessing when I direct it, not when I use it to prove superiority. Sagittarius, born in the year of the rabbit, or cat, is the diplomat of the open road. Sagittarius gives the need for meaning, while rabbit adds taste, softness, emotional intelligence, and social grace. You may not push as aggressively as other Sagittarius types, but you can still influence powerfully. You know how to make an idea attractive. You understand tone. You can open doors through charm, culture, style, and timing. Your gift is soft expansion. You can teach without attacking, persuade without forcing, and build bridges between people who would otherwise stay apart. This is excellent for education, consulting, design, diplomacy, culture, languages, travel, spiritual work, and any field where beauty and wisdom meet. But your shadow is relying too much on luck or approval. Sometimes you may hope that things will simply work out because the atmosphere feels good. Sagittarius believes in possibility. Rabbit prefers comfort. Together, they must learn planning. Money needs special attention because beauty, travel, pleasure, and generosity can become expensive. In love, you need a partner who expands your world gently, not someone who traps you in silence. Your formula: my luck becomes stronger when beauty has a plan and the dream has measure. Sagittarius, born in the year of the dragon, is the carrier of a big idea. This combination has scale. Sagittarius already wants the horizon, and dragon adds magnitude, confidence, magnetism, and the feeling that life should not be lived in a small way. You may sense that you are meant for something larger: a mission, a public voice, a major project, a teaching role, a business, a movement, or a life that reaches beyond familiar borders. Your strength is vision with fire. You can gather people, inspire belief, and speak in a way that makes the future feel possible. But your challenge is responsibility. Big energy can create big promises. A large dream can become a burden if it has no structure. You need to ask practical questions. What is the timeline? Who is responsible? What will this cost? What happens after the first burst of excitement? In work, you can do well in leadership, international projects, education, entrepreneurship, publishing, public speaking, and mission-based work. In relationships, you need honesty about ideals. Do not expect a partner to worship your growth. Let them help you stay real. Your formula: scale becomes destiny only when I answer for the consequences of my growth. Sagittarius, born in the year of the snake, is the wise traveler. This is not a simple, loud Sagittarius. Snake brings depth, strategy, observation, and a quiet understanding of hidden motives. Sagittarius wants truth, but Snake wants the deeper layer beneath truth. You may be drawn to philosophy, psychology, spirituality, law, culture, research, or secret patterns inside human behavior. You can speak powerfully when you choose your moment. Your gift is meaningful intelligence. You can connect systems of thought, teach with depth, advise others, and see when a beautiful idea has no ethical foundation. But your shadow is intellectual superiority. You may become offended when people do not understand you, or you may use knowledge to keep emotional distance. Sagittarius can preach, Snake can withhold. Together they must learn timely honesty. Work favors research, writing, consulting, psychology, education, strategy, law, languages, and confidential negotiations. Money can come through information and connections, but you must choose the main opportunity instead of scattering your luck across many interesting possibilities. In love, you need sincerity, depth, and freedom, but avoid testing people through silence. Your formula: my wisdom is strongest when it serves meaning, not pride. Sagittarius, born in the year of the horse, is the traveler with a living compass. This combination doubles the need for movement. Sagittarius wants the horizon, and horse wants the road under its feet. You may feel most alive when learning, traveling, moving, exploring, meeting new people, changing scenery, or working on something that gives you space. A life that is too static can make you restless, irritable, or emotionally distant. Your gift is life force. You can make other people believe that the future is open. You are honest, fast, direct, funny, passionate, and often impossible to fully control. But your shadow is running before you know why you are running. Freedom can become reaction. A new road can become escape. You need a compass, not just speed. In work, you fit travel, teaching, sports, tourism, international contacts, media, sales, coaching, and projects with a fast rhythm. Money may go toward trips, tools, status, gifts, and spontaneous decisions, so you need a financial rhythm, not harsh restriction. In relationships, you need space, but love also needs reliability. Your formula: my freedom is mature when it does not destroy trust and does not run from responsibility. Sagittarius, born in the year of the goat or sheep, is the creative philosopher. Sagittarius gives vision, and goat adds sensitivity, imagination, artistry, and the need for emotional resonance. You may not be satisfied with cold success. You need inspiration. You need beauty. You need to feel that your path has soul. You can express meaning through art, teaching, writing, music, healing, design, spirituality, social work, or a warm personal presence. Your gift is gentle inspiration. You can speak about big themes in a way that feels human and alive. You can encourage others without pushing them too hard. But your shadow is hesitation. Sagittarius wants to leap. Goat wants to feel safe and appreciated. You may wait for the perfect mood, the perfect approval, or the perfect sign before acting. That can keep your talent hidden. Money requires discipline because creativity, beauty, travel, comfort, and emotional spending can pull resources in many directions. In love, you are generous and tender, but do not let a partner become the only source of confidence. Your formula: I protect my inspiration, but I turn it into action, not endless waiting. Sagittarius, born in the year of the monkey, is the clever player of the big road. This combination is quick, funny, adaptable, and mentally restless. Sagittarius searches for meaning, while monkey searches for the opening, the trick, the solution, the shortcut, the angle. You can learn fast, talk well, improvise under pressure, and turn a complicated situation into something workable. Your gift is inventive intelligence. You can succeed in media, technology, sales, analytics, education, marketing, entrepreneurship, travel planning, consulting, and any work where communication and fast thinking matter. But your shadow is treating life like a game for too long. You may jump from idea to idea, promise on a wave of enthusiasm, or use humor to avoid seriousness. Sagittarius must keep the vision. Monkey must finish the task. Money comes through good decisions, but it can disappear through impulse, unfinished plans, or too many experiments at once. In relationships, charm is not enough. Close people need reliability, not only wit. Your formula: my cleverness becomes luck when it stops playing and starts serving a real goal. Sagittarius, born in the year of the rooster, is the teacher of form, word, and dignity. Sagittarius brings truth and vision. Rooster brings discipline, precision, presentation, and a strong sense of how things should be done. You may have a powerful voice, but you also care about structure. You want the message to be clear, the appearance to be worthy, the argument to be strong, and the result to be respected. Your gift is organized truth. You can turn philosophy into a lesson, a method, a brand, a presentation, a system, or a public role. This is strong for teaching, law, publishing, design, public speaking, administration, consulting, performance, and any field where confidence needs form. But your shadow is criticism. You may become too sharp when others are careless, or too attached to being correct. Sagittarius can sound moral, Rooster can sound judgmental. Together, they must practice humility. Money improves through reputation, clear agreements, and disciplined planning. In love, you need respect and honesty, but avoid turning the relationship into an exam. Your formula: truth becomes useful when it receives form, discipline, and a human tone. Sagittarius, born in the year of the dog, is the protector of the honest path. Sagittarius gives faith and principle. Dog adds loyalty, justice, protection, and deep moral instinct. You may care strongly about what is fair, what is right, and who deserves support. You can be the person who stands up when others stay quiet, but you can also carry too much responsibility for people, causes, or promises. Your gift is ethical courage. You can become a teacher, defender, advocate, counselor, guide, social worker, leader, or loyal friend whose words help others regain direction. But your shadow is hardness. When you believe you are right, it can be difficult to soften. You may hold disappointment for a long time, especially if someone betrays your trust or mocks your values. Sagittarius must remember that truth is not always best delivered as a verdict. In work, you are strong where mission, service, education, law, protection, and community matter. In love, loyalty is essential, but do not test people forever. Let trust be built through honest action. Your formula: I stay loyal to truth without becoming closed to love. Sagittarius, born in the year of the pig, or boar, is the generous carrier of meaning. Sagittarius already has a wide heart when inspired, and pig adds warmth, openness, appetite for life, and sincere belief in goodness. You may love travel, learning, food, culture, stories, celebration, family, friendship, and the feeling that life should be lived fully. You can bring comfort and hope to people who have forgotten how to believe. Your gift is abundance of spirit. You can teach through kindness, lead through generosity, and create a life that feels meaningful not only in theory, but in experience. This is excellent for education, hospitality, cultural work, healing, public speaking, social projects, spiritual communities, and businesses connected with people and pleasure. But your shadow is excess. You may promise too much, spend too much, trust too quickly, or assume that good intentions will solve practical problems. Money needs measure. Love needs boundaries. Growth needs responsibility. In relationships, you are warm and giving, but do not confuse sacrifice with love. Your formula: my generosity becomes a blessing when it has measure, honesty, and a clear direction. So, Sagittarius, no matter which Chinese year you were born in, your central lesson is always about direction. You are here to search for meaning, but also to embody it. You are here to speak truth, but also to listen. You are here to expand, but not to abandon responsibility. You are here to believe in the future, but also to build the bridge that reaches it. The Chinese year does not erase your Sagittarius fire. It gives that fire a shape. Rat makes it strategic. Ox makes it steady. Tiger makes it bold. Rabbit makes it graceful. Dragon makes it grand. Snake makes it wise. Horse makes it free. Goat makes it poetic. Monkey makes it inventive. Rooster gives it form. Dog gives it loyalty. Pig gives it generosity. The mature Sagittarius is not just someone who runs toward the horizon. The mature Sagittarius becomes a guide. Someone who has traveled through doubt, excess, mistakes, and lessons and still chooses a meaningful road. Someone who can say, I have seen farther and now I know how to walk with more wisdom. If this reading resonated with you, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next horoscope. And write in the comments, what is your Chinese birth year? Thank you for watching, take care of your fire, and I will see you in the next video.